Today we're going to be talking about how to stop struggling with the painful thoughts, feelings, sensations, and memories that might be keeping you down, and how to start living a bigger life. Today is a great day to change your life. Let's get started. Dealing with the painful thoughts, feelings, sensations, and memories that are keeping you down is what we target using acceptance and commitment training. We talked about this in the last video where we mentioned this idea that what you know about mental health is probably wrong or likely wrong. This idea that it's about psychological inflexibility that actually causes us problems. I'm going to offer you a really unorthodox idea here. But first, let's pause for a second. Let's reflect on the things that show up in our lives that we would want to escape. The thoughts, feelings, sensations, and memories that we most struggle with. Now, this could be something innocuous. It could also be something really severe. Whatever it is that shows up for you, I want you to pause for a moment and reflect on it. What do you do when this shows up? If it's a thought like, I'm not good enough, or chronic pain that shows up in the body, or other painful sensations. Maybe a memory that's really hard for you. When that shows up in your life, what do you find yourself doing? Now, this is really important because we need to track what actually happens next. You see, when we suffer with these things, what we do is we try to struggle against them. Maybe we avoid going places that remind us of this pain. Maybe we try to not think about it. Maybe we disengage from things in our life that are important to us. I want you to really pause and connect with something painful and what you do when that something painful shows up. If you're attempting to escape it, avoid it, control it, it's likely costing you. So let's also reflect on, what is this costing you? Like, in order to fight this thing off, in order to keep it at an arm's length away from you, or in order to not feel it at all, or attempt to not feel it, what do? There's some really obvious answers, like some people might drink or get high. Other people might just do other things like stay in bed, pull a duvet up over their head, and not engage with their life. Whatever it is that shows up for you, really reflect on that for a moment. The idea behind stopping struggling in order to start living isn't that you no longer feel that painful thought, feeling, sensation, or memory. Instead, what we want to do is pause here, notice it, and ask ourselves, if we weren't busy trying to fight this off, what would we be doing that would help us connect with the life that's important to us? So, for example, for me, when stress shows up for me around, let's say, even making videos for this channel, I could have this self-deprecating thought like, yeah, people aren't going to find any utility, there's nothing useful in what you're saying, or it's already been said before. I just noticed that thought. If I was to react to it, if I didn't want to have it, I might actually just shut off the camera and go play with my dog for a little bit, or do something else that would distract me away from this. So that's not a really severe example, but I hope that it really gives you this sense that here I'm paying attention to something problematic that could show up for me and what happens next. Okay, now here's my challenge to you. Notice that thing and ask yourself, what do you want your life to be about? There's a likely sort of reason why this pain is showing up for you. Pain shows up in our life not for no reason at all. It's usually connected to something that's important. So if a painful thought showed up for you like, I can't have real relationships, are relationships important to you? That's the big ask that we want to do here. And this is the unorthodox position. It's not to turn away from pain in order to have a better life. Instead, the idea that we're going for here is, how can we connect with our pain? Maybe learn from it. Does it have some wisdom? And ask ourselves, what do we want to be about? If you weren't busy trying to escape and avoid all this painful stuff, what could you be doing? What are you already doing with your life that's meaningful to you? That's the entire idea behind stop struggling with your pain and learning how to live in the presence of it. I hope you found this video useful. Remember, you can check the description below to find a link for a free ebook. All I'm going to ask you for is your email address to sign up for that. Also, please share this video. You never know who it's going to help. Don't forget to subscribe to get more of this sent directly to you.